The All right, good morning. Stock market opens here in a little bit, a couple of minutes. Looks like China had a good overnight session. Nasdaq perking up due to that 0.6% higher. Yesterday ended the day in pretty good territory towards the upper part of the range, which is good. And like I said this morning, China doing good, bringing the Nasdaq higher. We'll see if that's going to be led with some selling, but I can't see too much how China doing good is bad for the U.S. They're talking about Lululemon here with a breakaway gap yesterday. Pretty good cup and handle, up about 5.1%. That's not too bad. Great volume. See a similar day here. Couple earnings reports ago. Same gap rules at play. You can buy out of the top of the gap, or you can buy on a pull or in a if price breaks back under the gap into the gap day. So here or here, breaking upwards from both horizontal lines would be an entry point. Huh. I guess Lyft is publicly traded. Oh, it's an IPO. There you go. China trade talks progress. That's good. Inverted yield curve no more. It's 1 basis point above the 3 month. So we had an inverted yield curve, now we don't. That's funny. And we're going to wait for an IPO base on Lyft. They're talking about the Lyft IPO and how to buy an IPO base a little bit. Speaking of which, talk about Snap. Let's take a look at Snap. Still down. Scalloping up to this trend line here. Pretty rough go for Snap. Got Apple forming a base here. Look at that little pause and subsequent breakout. That was pretty nice. Google doing something similar. And the market opens 7,400, 2/3% up. You got NBEV, TTD, Acacia. Acacia's poking into highs again. Nvidia, we noted yesterday. That's not what I looked at. There we go. All my actionables are green today. So Nvidia yesterday, I pulled up an hourly chart here. Come on, man. And we're see this little flag that over the past couple of days, we're gapping above that right now. A little small gap with that could turn into something if the market gets back to healthy here. You got to run up to this 200-day moving average at play. INS yesterday ending up lower. NBEV leading us up here. TDD coming back. We noted the hell, man. I'm gonna go sign back in. That's just too slow. Oh, where the hell did my settings go? Where's my actionable list? What the fuck? Okay, I guess I don't know how this platform works. I'd assume when I save an application, it'll save it. I guess not. Guess it likes to delete your effing watch lists. Great. Fucking great. Well, this is a big ass distraction, isn't it? I think I'm missing some stocks in my global watch list too. Oh. My massive balance has been reduced. Are they taking fees or something? Oh. Hmm. No? Do I have another account or something? Well, it's not all good. Hold on. I wonder if I have another login. Oh. How do I have two logins? I have two logins. What? What's that other one? Hmm. Okay, that's weird. Apparently I've got two Ameritrade accounts or something. I'll have to call Ameritrade later. Alright, well that's figured out. A couple of these are back. Looks like Stone's got a little bit of red today. Yesterday, not much going on yesterday with Stone at all. But holding pretty nice on the gap. There we go. VFF coming right back. Hooyah. Not bad. Full Zenbev. EDU continuing its onslaught to the highs. Trade desk bouncing nicely off that lower level we talked about yesterday. GDS looking good. Auto Home trying to break resistance. Whiting Petroleum looking interesting here. IQ. Grubhub, what are you doing? Not much. Alright, let's check out actionable list. NBev. EDU working good. C-Trip. Broke that little consolidation and breaking here on the larger time scales, elevated volume. Looks good. AMRN kind of coming back a little bit, or at least trying to. INS, TTMI. Chesapeake looking good. Acacia holding highs. So far, so good. Fortinet kind of with a double bottom here. A little bit of a feeling to it. Yeah, maybe see another run towards the highs there. And FOXF, a kind of recent one we started looking at here in this larger base pattern as it's trying to curl up in this cup and handle or cup base so far. Not everything forms a handle. Got O'Reilly pulling back slightly. ESNT. Take two, Stone, Tandem. GMAD. Alright, NASDAQ. NASDAQ holding okay. I did read an article saying small caps were leading. Let's take a look at the Russell. Okay, Russell has a pretty nicely defined downtrend here. And we kind of have a channel going on. I think this would be considered a bull flag on the Russell 2000. Markets run best when the Russell and the NASDAQ run. And Russell's had a big move off of those. Here's our measured move from that consolidation to move lower. Look at that. Wow. That's a dead hit. I didn't actually think it was a hit. End at 1267. 1267. That's amazing. I like it. Yeah, so on the flip side of that, it could probably maybe do a measured move off of this. This isn't exactly as vertical as this is vertical. But definitely nice little consolidation nonetheless. Let's look at the transports. Transports look a lot like the Russell. So it kind of had a frozen rope pattern. Broke that. Now we're in this pattern. And oh, looks like we broke that yesterday and into today. So the transports turning around here is always good. Could get the markets going. That's a positive sign. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I like that move by the transports. We don't get volume with the transports, but you can see the price difference there. International trucks, I don't know. Speaking of which, yeah, where's our Winnebago? How'd that end up yesterday? Pretty good. Volume could be a little better, but it looks like on this earnings report, price has shifted. Winnebago looking pretty good. And I'm not sure, is Volvo their own company? Oh, yeah.
Daddy,
Yes, James?
Bubbles followed me because I gave him a treat.
That's nice. This is an ADR, so it trades all funky. You can see these little dots. It just basically moves to where it closed overseas. Kind of hard to... Kind of have to hold and pray with that one. International trucks. Is that too much text for this thing to handle? International Bus Machine Corporation. Oh, Business Machine. It's IBM. International Paper. I don't think I have International Trucks on here. Oh, I'm not sure if they're publicly traded. Navistar. Come on. Come on. Oh, Nav. There we go. Not too bad. I'd say out of the three, I think Winnebago's, I don't know, maybe better prospect. This one's could be doing pretty good over here. What's up, Rob? Yeah, happy Friday. It is Friday. So I got to sleep in for 2 days. Chesapeake video. Yeah, maybe if that can get back going. Man, air's just so dry here. Yeah, throw a little alert there. Somehow checking Garmin popped into my head. Don't ask me why. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look bad at all. Alright, Acacia dropping down a little bit. Match looks like it's flat. Of course, Ted. I understand. Just gotta check out the stock price too. EDU earnings coming up. A month. Plenty of time for that to work. C-Trip. Working really nice out of this gap base. INS. NBEV. This has earnings coming up. Thought it was today before market. It says it's today before market. Shares up 7%. Doesn't look like it. Misses revenue estimate. So there's NBEV on earnings. So let's see how the day closes out. We'll hit it next week and see what's going on. Speaking of earnings, it did weird stuff. Square. Finding a minor bottom here. And we'll see if we can rally up out of this. Minus TTD, Chesapeake, Skyworks, Hack. O'Reilly was negative, now positive. Trying to poke into those new highs. Let's go see some daily movers. Bollinger Bands trying to break a trend line. Depends which one you're looking at. CarMax rallying out of lows right there. Celgene, that's nice. Not quite sure if that's a base, but it's a nice little gap up. Some good news probably. Bristol Myers Squibb approved Celgene acquisition. That's a nice little gap action, though, kind of overcutting what looks like a cup and handle. I'm not sure what the terms of the Celgene acquisition are. Looks like it announced on 1/3. I don't think I have news going back that far. I did note it for a second before I thought I deleted my entire watch list that I got. Then I moved on. Yeah. It looks like it did drop like a stone, 18%. I didn't like something. Q4 results. That's weird. Obviously, it was earnings results. Just trying to see if there's any input as to why. Nope, that news article says nothing. Anyway, back down towards this low level. This has acted as support at the 102 level. So hard to catch a falling knife right there, but maybe look for a turnaround in the next couple of days. We'll see how that thing goes. Celgene we noted. Fair enough, Eli. Fair enough. Who ya on our list, on this list today? CLF, Vail, WDC, MDR, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Well, that's interesting. Kind of a little, nice little flag pattern support at the 50-day. Yeah, it's still 8%. Cosmos Energy, no idea what that is. Freeport McMoran, copper and gold. A little bit of an uptrend forming here. Looks like they kind of broke an extreme downtrend. And closing above the 50-day. Ran up to the 200, consolidating. Looks like may get a golden cross here. Not quite sure if we're gonna. Looks like it's been in a multi-year downtrend from 63 to 13. Not a super sexy stock. Global watch list, indices. All right, these would be some turnaround trades. Things making lows, maybe trying to come back. Caterpillar there's not horrible looking. Gilead, Nectar. Nav's on that list there. You guys are going to get vertigo watching me go through charts this fast. Oh, our buddy Fizz. Hi, Fizz. Bye, Fizz. And that's it for that list. Back to the actionable list. So that's our round trip around the world. EDU INSC trip doing okay. Markets 0.4%. They've dropped a little bit. Hopefully, and Winnebago getting on with the program here. High of the day. I didn't save a Winnebago trade, but there was I should have wrote it down. All right, spinning up. Winnebago. What was our target on Winnebago? Yeah, they had a nice gap up this morning. I did see that. Not sure if I had a target on Winnebago. Oh, you know what? I think I just put it going back up to 58. And I was looking just far out in the options. I mean, Winnebago at 58 going out to 2021, you're looking at 200%, which is pretty good. Ooh, BE's got a cup. Ooh, I like the volume. Yeah, we haven't seen this thing since the bear market, have we? I'm assuming you mean Winnebago. I'd actually view this as a strange inverted head and shoulders pattern with an impossible neckline. Yeah, maybe a change in sentiment here. You can, I'm sure if I put this on the VA tool, we say BE. Right there. Oh, not so good on the 2 hour. Pretty mixed on the VA tool. Right there, right there. That was a good day. The daily probably looked better. There's the green I was seeing on the VA tool, but that 2 hour doesn't like it so much. Let's see what the 1 minute does here. Must be some kind of a lockup that's expiring. Still can't hit settings on anything. That's weird. Shoot, what was I doing? There we go. There's some smoothing of the VA stuff right there. Definitely some distribution here. When the sellers drifted off from this sell block over here, that's where the buyers came in. Yeah, Argut's doing okay from that perspective, if that matters. May not, but I'm not super mad at the overall pattern. WGO up 2%. That's what probably one of the better looking trades right now, to be honest with you. Yeah, moving on with that program. Wish volume was a little bit heavier. But at least if you get on down here, you have pretty limited risk underneath this earnings report. So NVIDIA up 1%. We noted that gapping higher this morning. And it looks like it pulled back a little bit. Not that much volume here in the first hour. Maybe be on par with these candles. Alright, let's go see on the top what's going on our global watch list. VFF, Grifols. I don't know why we have a billion candles to the right. Griffles. Interesting kind of a deeper cup and handle right there. Could be a base on base pattern forming. INS looks like it's still holding up after some distribution. We'll see if that continues to hold up. EDU still rocking it. Past couple of days doing very good. Whiting Petroleum not looking horrible down here at all. Kind of a run down. We've had this kind of basing structure, a higher low here. Good volume right there, which has got to be the Friday, quadruple Friday. It's not. It's just a random Thursday, it looks like. Oh, that is quadruple witching Friday. Okay, that makes sense. Man, Whiting not looking bad. Maybe up to that 200-day for one of those turnaround plays, actually. So they're going in, apparently, in alphabetical rotation. Stocks starting with W doing better than stocks that aren't. Or at least looking better. Whiting Petroleum. There we go. XON, Cena. Cena bouncing right back after a pretty big drop. I forget why that was. Align filling this gap right there. Maybe it'll even come back. We'll see. Yeah, trade desk probably still plausible down here towards the low area to get back up towards that high area. And NMEV after earnings pretty stagnant. I'd probably wait for a breakout over 584, something like that, for NBEV. We know the YY breaking out of this wide channel has been in for a long time. These are trades I typically like. There you go. Finally watched the YY or the Winnebago trade. Let's throw a YY up here and see if it's worthwhile. We got 142 here as a high. Okay. Whoops. So last time I ran out of this, it ran pretty good. I don't remember what my target was. Huh. This one was very brief. This one rallied pretty quickly up back to its previous high. Don't know if we're in the market situation to do that. Maybe, but... So 54% in 129 days. This one would have to do 54%. Interesting. Yeah, I need to do a real crypto. I've just been so busy. It just honestly hasn't really come to the forefront of my mind, Justin. Yeah, I looked at it a couple days ago. It's been almost a month since my video. I've never taken a break that long. It's too long. It's too long. I should probably Probably do. Maybe I'll make a point to do that today. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, I pretty much just go off a feel with that stuff. Yeah, nothing's too much off topic here, Justin. Not really. I talk about all kinds of dumb stuff. My pool, my kids. Like I said, dumb stuff. My stuff. But yeah, YY, not looking bad here at all. Crashes? What do you mean crashes? I like my chops being busted. Don't mind that at all. I don't get the reference. I got take two down 1%. Also coming out of one of these low areas. Oh, yeah. For my crypto vids. Yeah, I don't know. The market's looking not too bad. Huh? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. There's some stuff. Yeah, BTC's not looking horrible here, though. Still poking up there. Still lower volume. My VA tool actually aggregated on the 240 here is pretty. Remains strong. I don't know if that's an indicator of anything. Looks like it's an inverse indicator is what it is. Remains strong throughout there. Yeah, volume definitely declining. I'll have to play with that later. What the hell? Oh, okay. I thought my mouse died. There we go. Alright, let's go back and run through top down. AMRN on the top today. On a pretty deep pullback, we've got 50-day or getting support back above the 50-day, hopefully. Yesterday, there was quite a bit of selling. You see the volume is pretty bad as we close lower in the day. Where's the... Okay, so there's the volume yesterday. You can see it was pretty elevated most of the day. That was basically a selling candle, neutral candle, selling candles all throughout the day. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here with AMRN. Talking about trade desk coming back. That's working out pretty good. NBEV, EDU, fine. Winnebago, great. Workday. Workday been very tight lately. It's very nice. I don't mind that. It's kind of a small cup and handle here. You see a little better on the hourly chart. I switched this to an hourly from a minute chart just for fun. But that not looking too bad. Volume declining as we're kind of pinching into the 200 level here. That could be maybe an explosive move up. Let's see on the weekly chart there's anything we can infer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a flat base is what we can infer out of this. Yep. Definitely a flat base, 12% deep. 25% deep out of the... There's the bear market right there. Is that October? Yeah, so there's the bear market. And Workday actually did pretty good through the bear market, and outside of it, it's been a little quiet. Not bad, though. So if you're looking for 20% of the Workday, you got 240. Let's go price that out. Wow. Holy crap, that's not right. That's still going off YY. That's more like it. That's not too bad. I got some stock shed watch. Let's go through that real quick. So ACB, get rid of that one. AMRN. It's probably not a viable trade anymore. I have it. Target of 22. Flat base, yeah, Rob. This is a IBD base. Where were we? We were on another one. Yeah, so a flat base has basically 3 criteria: prior uptrend, such as this or something, 5 weeks minimum width, and no more than 15% depth. It's a little box. Anything can happen inside that box, but as long as it's less than 15% deep and more than 5 weeks long, it's a flat base. But it has to have a prior uptrend of some scale, like at least 20% is some IBD criteria. It's like this one here, even on AMRN, this may be considered a flat base because there's a little uptrend, 34%. 16%, you can give it a little bit of wiggle room. And then get another run up of 20%. So this would be considered a flat base. Another one you have is a cup and handle, which this is a big rounded cup, and this would be a handle. The handle should be more than 7 weeks long. 7-week minimum width for the... that's the overall pattern, I believe, including the handle. And should be no more than 33% deep. This one's obviously going to be more than 33% deep. This one's 50% deep. But this thing went from frickin' $5 to $23, so you have to expect a little bit more volatility out of this one. But this one is a cup with handle. And there's another classic base, which is a double bottom base, which looks like a W on the chart. And a good example of this, is actually a pretty textbook example that's not working out on a breakout perspective, is ESNT. These are more easily spotted on the weekly usually. You see the W pattern here. And then you've got the right low going underneath the left low. That's a properly formed double bottom. People call double bottoms like this, where 2 lows are equal have the same level. Technically, that's a popular double bottom, but this is a properly formed IBD double bottom. And this right here would actually be a double bottom with a handle. I could probably just call that a handle. Failed breakout, but a handle, and then maybe a subsequent breakout will work on this one. That's all we can hope for. But this is a really good double bottom right here. And the prior uptrend is pretty big. There's probably a base right there. Flat base right there. That's probably a base on base pattern. It's probably not quite 20%. Whoops. The heck was that? Only 10%. So it only goes up 10% in bases. That's considered a base on base. This would be a base on base on base pattern. And the breakout kind of materialized much later on. Hold on a second, guys. IBD's Investors Business Daily. You can go to investors.com. And they can elaborate more on those bases. If you go here to investors.com. And then you go to, if you just want to learn some stuff, They have some decent stuff here. I think yeah, how to read stock charts. That'll kind of go through the basing, like I just showed you there. There's also other bases that are a little less prevalent than those three, but those are your three classical bases. And then they walk you through a few things from a high level perspective. And they have books you can get to, how to make money in stocks. If you want to support the channel, if you do want to buy a book, I actually have them on my Real Crypto channel under resources and books. I get like $1 or something stupid like that. How to Make Money in Stocks, this green book is very good, by William J. O'Neill. And if you want a little bit of light reading that isn't so technical, but talks more about the personal side of things, the how to make money in stock success stories, that's a very good book. It's about a bunch of people that use the IBD system and how they overcame challenges. So I like both of these books a lot. This is like $12. This is like $15 or something like that. But yeah, so those two, just to get started, I would read those two. This has so much information in it. You can read this 5 times. It's a really good book. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, real-crypto.com, you can go check that out. That's a good one. All right, NASDAQ, 0.5%, holding up here pretty good. Not mad at that whatsoever. CIFS, sorry about that, silver. I did see it, but I kept getting sidetracked. So this is a proverbial penny stock with a low of 64 cents. And yeah, it's definitely interesting. So yeah, you come from nothing, find some really good volume. It's just on a list of top moving stocks. Doesn't tell you much about what's happening. These are, you really have to know quite a bit about these stocks to play effectively, in my opinion. I don't. Let me look it up on FinViz. 91 million market cap, so yeah, it's a micro cap stock. Return on assets, that's ROA, 34, 37. Gross margin, 100%. Wow, what the hell? What do they do? China Internet National Financial Services. Yeah. Something's crazy going on there. I usually don't play stuff like this. I used to, but they're very difficult to manage. You have to have an extraordinarily clear rule set to trade these stocks. I don't have that rule set for you, unfortunately. When you get down here towards these penny stocks, this is, even though it's $4, it just came from 64 cents. It's still considered a penny stock. So, maybe a situation where you can see here I've got a 200 period moving average on that dotted line right there. Yeah, the volume's good. Yeah, the volume's there's definitely some increased interest, but sometimes these just falter right back down without much reason. These are also sometimes pump and dumps. And yeah, let's blow up this hourly chart. So what you see here is you see, some money coming in right there. Little bit of a bull flag for some reason. They're accumulating that. Excuse me. And then you end up with a very peak day, over here the next day, and then comes down. Then you end up with a huge gap up. I don't know if that's news. That was 3-4. And there's nothing news that hit the AP, so it could just be a pump and dump. And this would kind of meet the a classical, not the classical, but a classical definition of a pump and dump. What would make this healthier is if you ended up with a sustained price, like right here. If it popped up and flagged out for a while, instead you get these sell-offs like this. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. Again, I don't know why this thing is running. I have no idea why this thing is running. Maybe it's just a China trade, because China's in the news lately. Let me look over here at FinViz. So you can go to FinViz here, finviz.com.
Can you rip this page out?
Yeah, you want to rip the page out? Which one?
This one.
This one? Sure.
No, on the bottom.
What?
On the bottom.
You want this page out?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me rip it out, okay?
But don't rip the paper. Thank
I won't. You're welcome. So really nothing over here. Here's where I was getting market cap numbers. Can the S&P go higher today, though? Yeah, why not? Why not? S&P can do all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I mean, yeah, these numbers look actually excellent on it. We look at the ROA, ROE, ROI. Gross margin is ridiculous. They're just using government money, probably. Operating margin's pretty good. Net profit margin spectacular. But you have to ask yourself, why are they down to 64 from 20 bucks? That's a question to ask yourself. So, like I said, this could be a pump and dump. So you have to have a very definitive set of rules to trade off this. What I was going to say earlier is you could say, hey, look at my lines move. Whee! That's fun. What you could do is say, okay, this 200 period moving average is really acting as support for this chart. So I'm going to exit no matter what if this undercuts this 200 period moving average. But from here, that's like 40%, 30%. So, you know, do what you will, but you got to have a rule set. These are stocks that are extremely dangerous. I mean, this is worse than any crypto, to be quite honest with you. So from the pump and dump scenario, what you see here is some volume accumulation a little bit over here, although usually you don't see these big pops like this, but sometimes you do. And then you see a huge volume pop, usually a singular volume pop. Usually it's not a sustained volume move, but a singular pop, kind of like this is, and then it just never comes back. Yeah, it could be a good watch. Look, if you see a little setup with a pretty well-defined risk on it, maybe that's not such a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like you see this little uptrend just gap down. We could do that here, and that would put in a well-defined higher low, or lower high, excuse me, between there. But this little bull flag, these are nice to buy. I wouldn't mind buying a bull flag breakout. I don't know if I'd buy a 21% breakout, but if it were to actually break out, you could get in, you know, 1 or 2% above the breakout point. Maybe you can kind of, you know, suffer a 10% loss or something like that. But you don't buy these too extended, and you definitely need a very clear exit point. But that's a dangerous trade. Match coming back a little bit here, 0.7%. Looks like it maybe trying to turn around. AMRN now at 5%. All right. KHRNF. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This does not technically qualify as a double bottom. Or a cup and handle yet. Although I see what you're saying, and I do believe it's probably still tradable. Yeah, I'm not mad at this at all. This is not a bad one. It is a really small market cap. It is over the counter. And average volume. Average volume's good. What are the other stats? Yeah, when you get these weird tickers. Wow, Finviz doesn't even have this thing. Unless I typed it wrong. I did not type it wrong. KHRNF. I have no idea what this is. Let's go look. Chiron Life Science Corporation. Oh, it's cannabis. Oh yeah, the logo's even a pot leaf. Right there. That's funny. That's a good logo though, actually. It's a less aggressive pot leaf. Claim this knowledge panel. Boom. Let's claim it. And just post some random stuff about Chiron Life Sciences. Okay, looks like Yahoo's got them. Financials. Something. Any news? That's a weird one. I mean, yeah, I mean these MJ stocks are pretty pretty oops. That's a nice pattern. Hard to argue with that pattern, so yeah, if you wanted to, I don't think I'd be too mad at that. But again, have your stopping point in place. All right, TTD coming back. This AMRN looks like it's trying to overtake yesterday's bar. We'll see if it actually gets there. Trade Desk coming back further from yesterday's nice bottom. We talked about that yesterday. EDU continuing its move up. And looks like Stone also bouncing off the bottom of this little flag. Skyworks, Workday still looking great. Parent Index still holding well. Fortinet bouncing well off of the lows. This could try to get this one for a bounce play. Match.com looks like it may try to rally back up. Winnebago pulling back a little bit. Citra pulling back a little bit. Nvidia, what's that doing? Yeah, that gapped up pretty high. Not pretty high, but you know what I'm saying. And then pulling back down a little bit. CGC trying to bounce back. Look at yesterday, elevated volume. That could be a reversal day for CGC. Pretty quick spike low on this hourly chart. That's not too bad. You could probably buy this here over 43.20 or something, somewhere 43 something. GSVC. I don't know. I guess I guess if it's well known that they own it, it's probably already priced in. It could be the reason for this whole run here. It could, yeah, it's probably already priced in. You see that volume there? Um, so yeah, maybe if it pulls back in here as it does this red day, you could probably try to take positions lower. But it maybe is sell the news affair. I'm not sure when lift IPOs, but it just be cautious of that. When you see a stock already extended like this, usually do some kind of a pause, especially on a trend line from a weekly chart like that. So just be aware of that, and know where you're going to get out. Have a well-defined stop and play or in place. I would probably have to say at a minimum 7.5 area where all this volume came in. That puts you down about 6.5%. Ideally, you should find support underneath that volume. Ideally, so actually give it a little bit of room, maybe 7.5%, if that's something you want to do. But it looks like it's already had a run based on that lift IPO. They probably talked about it on the earnings call. I don't know, but just a hypothesis there. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Kids are going to get off to school pretty soon. I'm going to go say goodbye. Market so far holding up pretty good, 0.5%. We held pretty good yesterday, holding up pretty good today, and broke a little tiny trend line right there. So hopefully we'll continue going up today. Things are doing good things. So that's healthy. AMRN maybe trying to pop out. Hopefully, that'd be nice. Nice pop out of that. Kind of very deep cup and handle. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you on Monday because today's Friday, so there's no stock market tomorrow. Another question by Silver. How do you change the color in TD Ameritrade level 2 background? I don't know. Look at the settings. These blue ones, or what do you mean? You can right-click anywhere in the screen. You'll find different things. I don't know. I don't spend too much time in the level 2 personally. That's for day traders. I don't really do that. You just want all this black. I don't know. Yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe that's not something they let you change. I don't know. Level 2. Maybe something. No. Yeah, it's all good. Well, he gave me a challenge. Now I gotta figure it out. Application settings? Yeah, see, I don't know if they get that granular. They let you change a lot of stuff. Yeah, until it drives you nuts. And you just quit in disgust. You see the gradient here? I think that maybe that's for prices, so I think they do that for a reason. I know you just want black, but see, it's a gadget. You'd have to find some kind of gadget setting, I think. Well, I don't. Well, the whole point is that they're trying to show you the different prices and how they drop off from current levels is what they're trying to do. I don't know if black would work better. I mean, but yeah, I guess it would be nice. But see, you can't really adjust the columns in this widget, so I don't know if they're gonna let you adjust the colors. Like in here, I can customize this, but I don't think I can customize colors. don't know, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit easier. But see, like, I don't think I can customize my colors on the text, so I don't think they'd let you. I don't think they get that granular with their customization. Yeah, yeah, maybe call them. They have an FAQ. They got a support. They have a support chat, which kind of sucks. Sometimes you don't get answers for hours. So, all right. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good weekend. See you on Monday. Let's hope the market, let's hope we have a good close today. The close on Fridays are pretty important, so I'll probably take a look at the market back again towards the end of the day here. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.